A seismic generational shift is underway as Generation Z emerges as the most influential demographic shaping higher education. Born between 1997 and 2012, Gen Z students now comprise a significant portion of university enrollments. With over $7 trillion in current earnings, rising to $33 trillion by 2031, Gen Z commands unprecedented economic clout that directly impacts colleges and universities. However, effectively engaging Gen Z requires a major shift in brand strategy for higher education institutions. Unlike previous generations, Gen Z expects active involvement in shaping their academic experiences and environments. They crave a greater sense of ownership and authorship in their relationships with institutions. Schools that collaborate with Gen Z individuals in authentic, consistent, and empowering ways will gain significant advantages in enrollment, retention, campus culture, research, and future readiness. This comprehensive guide synthesizes insights from Ogilvy's research to provide a blueprint for marketing transformation. We will explore the imperative for universities to shift from brand control to participatory sharing, strategies and architectures to operationalize co-creation with Gen Z, high-impact areas of focus for student partnership, examples of innovators embracing the ethos of sharing, key takeaways for holistically integrating student voices. Let's dive in and unpack how forward-thinking institutions can revolutionize engagement amidst the rise of Generation Z. The case for sharing. New rules of engagement. The old marketing playbook of unilateral brand control and static engagement channels is giving way to an ethos centered around sharing, collaborating with Gen Z as partners to co-create offerings aligned with their needs and aspirations. What compels this reorientation? First, the sheer economic force of Gen Z demands a seat at the table. Their earnings over the next decade will dramatically outpace other generations. Failing to integrate their perspectives risks eroding relevance. Second, Gen Z craves more participatory, collaborative relationships with institutions, not just passive one-way messaging. Nearly all expressed interest in providing regular feedback if given the opportunity. Third, the COVID-19 pandemic necessitated a digital-first transition, amplifying student voices through social platforms. Schools can't now revert to inaccessible, opaque communication. Those adopting this sharing mindset gain many benefits, including deeper insights on evolving student needs. Continuous co-creation helps schools develop more tailored academic environments, policies, and support systems reflecting realities students face. Agility and risk reduction. Public collaboration enables iterate, learn, evolve enhancement of offerings based on student reactions versus one-shot program launches. Magnets for innovative talent. Purpose and innovation-focused faculty are drawn to schools enabling youth impact across campus. Cultural relevance and responsiveness. Aligning with youth-driven movements builds authenticity. Gen Z prefer associating with institutions driving positive societal change. Redefining brand sharing. What does embracing sharing really entail for universities? Fundamentally, it requires redefining brand sharing expansively beyond surveys and feedback forms. As Ogilvy's research revealed, sharing must encompass tangible student partnership and authorship across every facet of institutional life. Their co-creation ladder framework identified 15 key areas ripe for participation: brand purpose, brand positioning, product portfolio, academic programs, recruiting, employee experience, sustainability initiatives, future casting, supply chain and sourcing, platform features, technology, product bundles and partnerships, interest-based communities, membership programs, marketing, brand building, brand experiences, events, product feedback, iteration, customer service. Consider the breadth of possibility. Jointly defining the university's purpose and strategic vision based on shared values. Crowdsourcing course and program ideas to stay relevant. Developing campaigns and content with student teams, seeking sustainability input to reduce environmental impact on campus. Notably, innovators like Ohio State, Northeastern, and more are already modeling creative forms of co-creation at different rungs. Brand purpose. Kind Snacks created a portal where people nominate Good Samaritans for free snack rewards, actualizing the brand's purpose. Product portfolio. IKEA actively requests ideas from users to develop new furniture collections and commits investment dollars to bring the best concepts to market. Marketing. Starburst recreated a famous TV ad as a TikTok campaign, encouraging fans to riff and remake the musical jingle. The mandate is clear: to thrive amidst Gen Z, brands must invite their participation, input, and leadership in ways that tangibly shape outcomes across the institution. Transitioning to a sharing culture. How can universities embed this sharing mindset across campus culture? Ogilvy identified 5 key areas requiring change. Campus community partnerships. Rather than controlling messaging, schools must foster inclusive communities built around shared purpose. Sustaining these partnerships means responding to input with transparency and implementing ideas. Regular student focus groups are a starting point, but active co-governance of programs takes this further. Preparing emerging talent. With job instability rising, schools able to provide in-demand digital, business, and human skills training beyond major specific content create affinity. Embedded incubators, access to facilities and seed funding to support youth entrepreneurship and passion projects, keep offerings aligned with real-world needs. Empowering campus creators. The passions of artistic, enterprising students have spawned a middle class of content creators needing support. Offering monetization tools, collaborations with university researchers and administrators, and pathways to develop youth-led campus initiatives taps this cultural influence. Exploring virtual frontiers. Emerging environments like gaming, AR/VR, and the metaverse are where youth congregate. Students expect institutions to have an authentic presence in these spaces. Curating immersive learning, collaborative innovation challenges, or forums for campus groups drives connections beyond physical grounds. Enabling social impact. With 83% of Gen Z aiming to drive change through economic decisions and grassroots action, schools must involve youth as partners in co-creating regional solutions for causes like sustainability and equitable access to opportunity. Cross-disciplinary humanitarian innovation labs and seed funding exemplify this. Architectures to foster sharing institutions willing to devote resources to participatory involvement can leverage structures like public campus platforms, facilitating interactive communities centered on user-generated content, and crowdsourcing on popular student-driven channels makes Gen Zers feel heard. Integrating these insights across units breaks down silos. Digital campfires, hosting intimate forums for niche campus groups to connect over specific aims, provides belonging. Secure messaging channels and collaborative video hubs enable this. Channel-agnostic innovation groups, bridging physical and digital working groups of staff, faculty, and Gen Z thought leaders to collaborate on everything from campus improvements to emerging tech research, keeps offerings cutting edge. Hyperlocal student ambassadors, location-based hubs in key student hotspots that showcase creativity, leverage trusted student advisors tailored to regional youth culture, and pilot innovations encourage organic feedback. Dynamic creation networks, multi-channel ecosystems seamlessly integrating student partners across ideation, agile solution building, grassroots advocacy, and scaling, keep engagement high while progressing from concepts to campus change. Cultivating a virtuous cycle. The long-term success of faculty-student partnership relies on consistent transparency and personalization in engagement. This cultivates an empowered cohort willing to engage more deeply over time. In turn, their higher trust leads them to challenge assumptions, spread influence as ambassadors, and participate in evolving offerings. When youth innovations enhance experiential learning and peer connectivity, a self-reinforcing creative cycle accelerates. For example, Mattel's 2020 launch of Mattel Creations gives fans access to co-create products and partnerships. Brand ambassadors then widely promote their creations, continually growing engagement. Universities can replicate this on campus. High-impact areas of focus. While partnerships should ultimately scale across all facets, initially focusing on subsets aligned to strategic priorities maximizes ROI. Is brand affinity eroding on certain issues? Convene a reconciliation council. Need to increase applicant conversion rates. Develop an innovation board for prospective students to co-create new programs and positioning. Other potential focus areas include co-creating celebratory traditions. Design hybrid physical-virtual experiences with students to deepen bonds and pride. Course pathway co-design, jointly develop credential bundles blending majors, minors, skills training, and experiences suited to emerging career landscapes. Leveling the opportunity playing field. Partner with youth from underserved backgrounds to increase access and success. Fan engagement ecosystems. Work with superfans to cultivate communities enriching student life and powering word of mouth promotion. The combinations are endless, but the imperative is clear. Holistically integrate student guidance and imagination into decision making. Avoid superficial participation like one off challenges. Instead, continually engage Gen Z in shaping institutional direction. Here are additional key takeaways. Start with community first. Build inclusive forums and mechanisms to distribute voice and influence before expecting substantial contributions. Seize unique cultural shifts, changes in how Gen Z selects majors, finds careers, and thinks about life purposes. Open creative space for universities to add value through cooperation. Support Gen Z ambitions. Align engagement around helping students achieve academic, professional, and personal goals. Commit for the long run. These relationships require sustained nurturing, but the ROI will be unparalleled affinity with a generation shaping the future. The call for universities is clear. Have the courage and vision to proudly share your brand with students, turning their passions and perspectives into powerful co-drivers of impact. As youth culture accelerates disruption of the status quo, now is the time to start exchanging control for cooperation. Not because you have to, but because students can help address the most pressing unknowns. Will your institution embrace the opportunity to redefine the student relationship for the future? Or will you cling to outdated engagement models that erode relevance with each passing year? The choice is yours, but know that brands unwilling to share power and authorship with Gen Z risk fading into obscurity as this vocal, values-driven generation reshapes society. Act now to remain a vital force in higher education.